Jai Hind friend, welcome to our channel Crack You RRB SSC Banking Exam. In today's video, we will be talking about India then and now, and this video will be a Independence Day special video. So let's see. Independent India, which was once just a dream, but after years of violent and non-violent resistance to British rule, led by our freedom fighters, the long-awaited agreement, that is the Indian Independence Bill, ended the 200 years of British rule and eventually resulted in India's independence in the year 1947. And this was ended with the Jawaharlal Nehru's Independence Day speech, which says, "At the stroke of midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. We were officially independent." So after this, right from partition of India to removing Article 370, we will be looking all the aspects briefly. So from first 1947 to 1950, why this time India was a dominion, and in this period many things happened, like partition of India and Pakistan, integration of princely state. So we will be doing this. First, partition of India and Pakistan. On the demand of Jinnah, that is Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the Mountbatten Plan laid down the terms and the detail of the partition between Hindu India and Muslim Pakistan. Why Hindu India and Muslim Pakistan? As the division was done on the basis of religion, caused mass movement which ended with immense violence. So after this came integration of princely state. So under Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who was India's first deputy prime minister and the home minister, integration of nearly 500 plus princely states were possible, except few like Hyderabad, Jammu and Kashmir, Bhopal and etc. After this came the drafting of constitution. To run any country properly, constitution is required. So the need of constitution was must, and under Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the Constitution of India was drafted on 26 November 1949 and India became republic on 26 January 1950. So this day is celebrated as Republic Day, as on this day we accepted our constitution. And why this day? As this is the same day when in 1930 they celebrated Purna Swaraj Divas, as discussed in the Lahore session of Congress of 1929. So after this it comes Indo-Pak War of 1947 to 1948. This is the first Kashmir war for Jammu and Kashmir, as Jammu and Kashmir was the independent state with Muslim population and a Hindu king, which resulted in the formation of POK, that is Pakistan Occupied Kashmir. We Crack You provide free mock test for SSC CPO exam. For that, you only need to Google search Crack You SSC CPO free mock test. Click on the first link and start the mock. After completing the mock, you get the complete detailed analysis with the solution and percentile for the mock. Let's see state reorganization. India as a nation with university in diversity has many states and divisions, which was reorganized with State Reorganization Commission of 1953, changing our political map from this to this. As you can see, in 1951 we had this political map where there were many small states and divisions, and in 2020 we have this political map with 28 states and 9 union territories. So after this we have India and defense. As our defense is growing, we have supreme military power. So let's see. From the time when the strength of Indian Army in August 1947 was 4 lakh to now when it is approximately 14 lakh, India is set to become world's largest armed force. Similarly, from 1B1 INSAS to Rafale, India is on the path of growth and development. While talking about India and defense, obviously the many wars that comes in your mind. The first is Sino-Indo War of 1962, and this war is of India-China War. So India faced the setback in Indo-China War of 1962, but with this setback the army began to introspect to overcome its weakness, and in the war of 1967 with China helped the army to redeem itself, and this war of 1967 is the Nathula Chola class where India won. So after this we have the other is Indo-Pakistan War of 1971, also known as Bangladesh Liberation War. Here the government of India opened the East Pakistan India border to allow Bengali refugees to find safe shelter, and the government of West Bengal, Bihar, Assam, Meghalaya and Tripura established refugee camp along the border. And who was the war hero in this war? He was Sam Manekshaw, and the then Prime Minister was Indira Gandhi. After Bangladesh Liberation War, there was another war, that is Kargil, and this was in the year 1999. And this was between India and Pakistan, and Kargil is the reason we celebrate Vijay Diwas, as on that day we won Kargil. And who were the war heroes here? There were many, and few of them are Bikram Batra, Yogendra Singh Yadav, Balwant Singh, and there's a famous line, Ye Dil Mange More. This is from Kargil War, Vikram Batra, and the then Prime Minister was Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. As you can see, the first image is of Indo-Pakistan War of 1971 and the second one is from Kargil. Here there's a missile return love from Ravina Tandon to Nawaz Sharif, as the then Prime Minister of Pakistan, Nawaz Sharif, said he liked Ravina Tandon. So just as a joking nature, Indian Army did this. So this is an iconic image. So let's see, after Kargil, it's India's nuclear power. So from 1945 to 2020, that is from Atomic Energy Commission by Homi J. Bhabha to Pokhran, India is on a go. The Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Mumbai, was inaugurated in 1945. After that, it came Atomic Research Commission by Homi J. Bhabha, then first uranium deposit found in Jadugoda, and now talking about the milestone, that is with the permission of Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, India tested 3 nuclear devices in Pokhran with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. And if talking about the present situation, today India puts 2 of its under development VVERs at Kundankulam, that is KKNPP 3 and 4 under IAEA safeguard. Here you can see the image. This is a very famous image from the Pokhran test. So after nuclear power, let's see India's space program. Here you can see the image. It clearly says from getting our rocket and assembling it in a bicycle to having our own launch pad. So the space research activities were initiated in India under Dr. Bikram Sarabhai, the founding father of Indian space program during 1960s. From the first Indian spacecraft, that is Aryabhat, which was launched using a Soviet launcher, to now where India has its own launching station. Now India has Mangalyaan, Chandrayaan, Aditya 1 and many more to come. And even now ISRO, Satish Dhawan Space Center is a common name. So our country is developing, growing, and it's very happy to see this. Now let's see what is LPG reform. So this was a revolutionary reform. Here LPG means liberalization, privatization and globalization. This reform of 1991 was a great strategic shift in Indian economy which changed the very nature of Indian reality today. When the license Raj was prevalent, the Indian rupee was inconvertible and high tariffs and import licensing prevented foreign good reaching the market. The LPG reform was introduced by Rao Singh Commission. What is Rao Singh Commission? It is the then Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao, and Singh represents the then Finance Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. WeCrackYou provide free mock test for IBPS PO exams. For that, you only need to Google search CrackYou IBPS PO free mock test. Click on the first link and start the mock. After completing the test, you get the complete detailed analysis with solution and percentile. So after LPG Commission, we got an economic growth too. Now let's see what is economic growth of India from 1947 to 2020. A slogan was given by Lal Bahadur Shastri, that was Jai Kisan, Jai Jawan, as India was an agricultural country. With this, we saw Green Revolution, which were introduced by M.S. Swaminathan, which played an important role in our economic growth. But India shifted to service and manufacturing based economy from agricultural based economy. Generally, a natural economic progress of a nation goes from agrarian economy to industrial economy and then to service economy. But India leapfrogged from an agrarian economy to service economy. So there was no industrial economy seen. India has immense human resources that are well educated and fluent in English, and the labor is also cheap, thus propelling the service sector. The license Raj restrictions on foreign investment, lack of measures to promote private industry, import of cheap manufactured goods all contributed to the lack of substantial growth in the manufacturing sector. So while talking in terms of economy, India now is a manufacturing sector based. It started from agricultural sector and then directly moved to service sector. After economic growth, let's see what is new India today. As you can see this image, our Indian flag is represented in a mountain in Switzerland. So this is a very beautiful image. So today, talking about new India, we have seen removing of triple talaq, scrapping of article 377, removing article 370, digitalization, Swachh Bharat, a very important move. Other comes Atmanirbhar Bharat, you have seen recently, and National Education Policy 2020, which brought a revolution for education system. With this, hope you liked it, and if you liked it, please like, share and comment. And yes, we also provide free mock for all the exams like SSC, IBPS, RRB, NTPC. So please just go and check our site. Thank you.